In this lonely ass world, it's getting colder. I'm not going nowhere if I cannot take my boat there. My mind was bred a little different, yeah, from my own past. If I see heat, why the fuck would I wanna go there? Mama, I make you smiling. Mama, your little nigga came from wildin'. Mama, always got in trouble, I was shouted. Mama, now I'm staring at shit. Mama, I'm the pilot. Mama, if I want something, I'ma go get it. Mama, swim with the sharks, piranhas, and fishes. Mama, it's so hard down here, God is my witness. Mama, I know where I'm going. Mama, I'm a fan. It's hard not knowing who is really gonna be there for me. I wish you could be here to see me the day I start touring. Shit be on my mind every second when I'm not recording. I'm waking up conversating with the Lord every morning. I mistakenly took the wrong path, I had to rewind. I fumbled trying to move too fast, I had to keep trying. Growing up, I got in trouble, told myself to keep lying. So much stress be building up, swear I be needing me time.
Good morning to the DMV and the rest of the world. This is your girl, Reese, a.k.a. the best that ever did it, a.k.a. Althea McFarlane, a.k.a. AM Morning, and all that good stuff. Today is Turn Up Tuesday, and we have another fabulous show installed for you guys today. But first, I would like to give thanks to my producer, Mr. Molly $1 Million Moments. I call him Molly Moss. C-Moss Boss. Molly Moss, the C-Moss Boss. There we go. Yeah. The $1 Million Moments. He's always hanging and slanging with me. He don't say much. Not unless he had to. He always in the back. He's always in the back doing stuff and doing what he do, making it happen and running other shows and all that. He is very talented. I don't know when he has time to find the time to make the C-Moss lemonades and all the smoothies and stuff and all the good products that he be getting, but he do. He do. Anywho, man, oh man. Let me tell you guys, I've been watching the news and I heard that Trump got 40 more cases against him. Man, go on and get this man everything they're going to do so he can go ahead and get on with his platform so he could run again. Because he done already told y'all he ain't going nowhere. He going to run again. I wish I leave that alone. Man, Trump and DeSantis, who's going to get it? Who's going to get it? Y'all going to vote for DeSantis? Y'all going to vote for Trump? Do it make a difference? You know, that's the big talk around the world. And they should be talking about all these wars and this stuff that's happening in all these other countries. Over in Nigeria, over in Africa, Northern Africa, over in Nigeria, they're fighting a war. Again, over there in Pakistan, they ain't never stopped fighting over there, but they bombing hospitals and stuff, and this taking this group, Islamic right extremists, taking the rap for this, and then this other group saying, no, we didn't do that. It's just all over. And then you still got that Russia and Ukraine. Everybody's over there fighting. It seems like everybody everywhere. They even fighting over here, but they don't want to tell it, you know. But that is all part of the agenda to break people down and to separate us. And it shouldn't be like that, because if you believe in the Most High, right, and you saying that God created all of us, that all of us are brothers and sisters, right? According to scientists, there's 6 degrees of separation. Meaning 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, somebody's related. You know, 1 out of 6 people is your cousin. That's you know, the bloodline. And that's, to me, that's amazing. They always say 6 degrees of separation. But yeah, we need to focus more on people coming together more us bickering and arguing, and then they keep breaking us down and breaking us down. They keep finding stuff to separate us. They keep putting us in a box. Then they keep dividing that box again. And then they divide that box again. We get so many subtitles placed on us and so much trivial stuff that's going on. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous when nobody's telling nobody to focus on the love. I'm learning not to cry as much for what I don't have versus to trying to focus on what I do have. Because just as much as you don't have, you have. When you break it down like that. Oh, good morning, Phoenix.
Good morning. How are you?
I am good. How are you, honey bunny?
I'm here.
It's one of those days.
Yeah, it's been one of those past few days, but it's good. What are you talking about today?
Sibling rivalry.
Oh yeah, that's been going on too.
Not with the Phoenix.
Yep, even with the Phoenix. I'm the oldest of 11 kids, so it's always something. Ooh, I'm sorry. Come on.
Wow, and I'm the oldest of 6 from my daddy and 2 from my. I'm the oldest of 9.
Okay.
But me, I make 9. My mother had 3, and my father had 6. So
Okay.
do I count it like that?
Well, altogether it's 9. So yeah. Well, no. Are you? Your father had 3, including you, right?
No, my mom had 3, including me. I'm the oldest.
And
I'm
your
the
father
oldest
had
of my
6.
mother's 3, and the oldest of my father's 6.
So that means
we got 2 more that he said is out there in the wind.
But oh
Lord. Daddy was a Rolling Stone. Pop got around.
Yeah, mine too.
Pop got around.
That's why it's 11 of us.
But that sibling rivalry is something, ain't it?
Yeah, and sometimes it's not what you think. Sometimes it's not jealousy. It's just sometimes it's people's drama, And if you say something about their drama, that causes the rivalry between you. It's not always jealousy or wanting attention.
Yeah, and not only that, some of your friends that you say that your besties, your best friends that feel just like their sisters, that's drama too. The same,
yes,
the same way, like that. It feels the same tension as with the sibling rivalries when you got girlfriends, and it's like, wow, the family we born into and the family we choose. It seems like the drama don't stop, but I'm trying to put everything aside and focus on the bigger picture. And that is positivity. Learning from Molly how to vibrate on a different frequency. So I've been practicing that and practicing the woosah, and it is very exhausting. It's so exhausting. But I did find a common diffuse word in any situation that you're getting into an altercation. It's a very small word, only 2 letters. You know what word that is?
What? No.
No is a hostile word. When you tell people no, some people explode. No is a hostile word.
I'm getting to the point where I don't care. Hell no. How about that?
And you be fighting. But this word, this little word, 2 letters, okay. Somebody, I'm learning somebody doing whatever. I'm like, okay. Okay.
Yeah, I've been saying that a lot lately too. Sometimes it's just not even worth.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, and then that's either people, you can take my okay for whatever you want to take it for. You could take it as a threat. You could take it as a whatever. But that's a diffusing word because people don't know how to take the word okay. They be like, she said okay. I thought she was going to call me a bitch and come back with some other fighting words. She just said okay. Then they get to thinking, oh, what's wrong with her? Is she in a place? Is she in a zone? And then they back off of you. Where you go?
And sometimes because you say okay, they might go off. It just depends on who you're dealing with. And It's either best to just either walk away or be like, you know what, I don't have time for this. I'm gonna get on the phone, or some people are just they like the crazy, they like the drama.
It's
And,
toxic.
yeah.
It's so consuming. Like I said, even down with the family and the circle, it can be so very taxing. It's so exhausting and it drains you, and that's because it's draining your good energy out and replacing it with the negative energy. Because when you pour
Okay.
out all your good energy, what you got left? What you running on? And I don't want to be like that. I want to be running on high octane. I don't want to be running on diesel or regular with all that trash in it. I want to be running good. So, man, I know I didn't get a chance to talk to you over the weekend.
8 quarters. I'm sorry, I'm outside, y'all.
Oh, okay. Enjoying the weather or outside because you got
I'm
business.
running around, doing business. I'm taking the children to the beach today. We were supposed to leave early this morning, but I ain't go to bed at 2:00 this morning. And then I woke up and I had to do some other things. So I was like, "Heck on it," but we still want to go.
Wow.
Because I'm going out of town, so I want to make sure I get them somewhere. And
okay. Well, I hope you have a good time. Don't get too much sun. It should be a lovely day. A lovely day. I see. Oh, good morning, Malik. Good morning, Rico. Grand rising to you, Molly. Slicky, I know he in the back somewhere. Morning to the men. The men beat the sisters in the house this time.
right.
Today's show, we talking about fighting, sibling rivalry, fighting with the brothers and your sisters. Yes, definitely. Over the weekend, oh wow. The event Saturday, I didn't get a chance to tell you.
Oh yeah.
The comedy show, it was awesome. It was awesome.
Yeah.
And it was a good time. And then Sunday, Gwen snatched me up to go down and open for Trey Williamson.
Ooh.
Down at Sully's. That was a big surprise. So, I got up there and I did my thing, and you would have been proud of your big sister. You'd be like, see, she did what she was supposed to do. It was short notice because Gwen called me that afternoon and she was like, you got 3 hours to get ready. I'm like, damn. She's like, do you take the challenge? I took the
3
challenge.
hours. Look, 3 hours plenty of time for me. Yeah, all right. Especially if I don't have to take nobody nowhere.
But I didn't go to sleep till late. And then I got in early that morning because the event was Saturday. And we didn't get in the house after 3:00. And then my aunt left 7 that morning. My cousin came.
Oh, yeah, right. Auntie was still here. Okay.
I told you. She came.
No, I forgot. Yeah.
Man, we had a good time. And I cried when she left. That was like a great big motherly hug.
Yeah.
Love. I felt my grandparents. I felt grandma, granny, and my Uncle Stanley came out. So I had my, yeah, and growing up with them, they was like my big brothers and sisters.
Yeah.
And they always left me alone because they didn't think I had good sense. They was like, "Oh, they don't talk to you. You crazy." That's. I'm like, okay. So that's how they was bickering back and forth. And I said, hey, y'all, who cares? Okay, let's talk about something else. And it was just talking about old times, but it was a very good time because Friday was her birthday, and she said that she may be coming up again this weekend because her daughter and her granddaughter's coming up to see Beyonce. Okay. They coming. One's flying from Missouri. My cousin Jay, she just got her house in Missouri, so she's gonna fly in from Missouri. My other cousin coming up from North Carolina, and my aunt said she may ride with them. They all over the place. They coming in town to see Beyonce.
Oh wow!
I ain't paying all that money for them tickets.
Right.
That's rent. I'm sorry. I ain't built like that. I'm built Ford tough. I'm a solid, but I ain't no luxury car now. I'm gonna give you a good ride, but it's gonna be a old granddaddy cat. It's gonna be a deuce and a quarter. It's gonna be with a diamond in the back, sunroof top. It ain't gonna be no Tesla. I ain't built like that. But I'm still
Teslas ain't worth nothing, no way.
Are you serious?
To me, they ain't.
Good morning, Lee and Kenneth. Grand Rising. Ooh. Oh, before I jump on the sibling rivalry, just to piggyback on the show that we had, Freaky Friday, which was fire. Sister Bernice, I saw her on another show. Bernice, yes, Bernice. I was going by. I was like, wait a minute. She made a beautiful point. Because Kenny and Molly was saying, can a man get a break? This is what I want to say to that. Okay? And this is my opinion. This is the way I see it. And then piggybacking off of what Bernice said, and hopefully, Bernice, I'm quoting you right. She said, a nigga ain't shit, but a man is everything. Hallelujah. That's right. She said it right.
Yeah.
A nigga ain't shit, but a man is everything. Meaning, if you doing that little niggerish stuff, you stay down there. But when you a man, we'll follow a man, a good man, to the end of the earth. Good morning, Cassandra. Good morning. Turn up Tuesday, y'all. We're talking about sibling rivalry. But I wanted that rung true for me the whole weekend when I saw it. I heard her say that Friday. And I was like, that's right. I was like, Auntie, that's what she's trying to say. That's what we was trying to say Friday. But everybody was saying the same thing, but everybody was like, it was getting lost in the translation. Friday, but we all saying the same thing. When you, because I love men. I don't mind catering to them, but the word men, I want a man to be a man. And if a man is the man, you the man with the plan, lead me, because I get tired. I get weary trying to hold it down by myself. And I look for my men for guidance and direction.
Yeah.
Not just the male species.
And it's not just money,
Exactly. It's not just money. And another reason why I look for that guidance, because I have a son. And I want to make sure that he's a good man for somebody else, or just a good man, period. My child is growing up to be a decent person, and I'm proud of that. I gave him all that I could by myself. Okay, let's get into the sibling rivalry. Louise, you got anything to say about what I said about a nigga and a man? And a nigga is not derived or geared towards
a black person.
Anybody, a woman can be a nigga too.
Yeah.
So I can say a nigga is a shit, but a woman or a man is everything. Is that fair to say?
I guess if that's what you're trying to express,
I'm trying to say the difference. It's like the difference between shit and Shinola. Some people don't know the difference. Y'all know what Shinola is?
No.
Oh, wow. I done dated myself. Ooh, that's an old saying. They used to tell people, you don't know the difference between shit and Shinola. Shinola is shoe wax that they shine up the shoe.
Oh, the black. Okay. Yeah.
And they're the same color, but they're totally two different things. So if you don't know, you heard this say, you don't know your ass from a hole in the ground, or something like that. That's it's a big, the difference. But what I'm saying, we got to do better, period, as people. Anyway, if you ain't got anything to say, let's watch our first video on sibling rivalry so we can critique this. Let me see.
Yo, stop screaming.
Nobody did nothing to you. No, don't bite her. All right, don't bite me. Stop biting me. Stop it. Don't push her off. Stop it. Be nice.
Now, that video tickled me, Louisa. I'm gonna tell you why. Because that video, so much stuff was going on in that little video. I wonder who's the oldest. You got one that's the aggressive one. You got one that's just play along. The one that would seem to be the aggressor was the drama queen.
Right.
I mean, I don't know if that was the boy or boy. I don't know if there was boys or girls, but they was bringing the drama. It was like nobody did nothing. And then how baby's on cue. I wonder what that baby was feeling at that time. It was so much emotion.
Right.
And he had to come back and mess with the other sibling. Like, mama don't love me. I'm going to go, you know. That, how many times have we seen that with the kids, with the toddlers?
Every time, even with older children. One of my friends was holding my nephew, and her son, which is 7, was getting jealous. He came over there and was all up in her lap and all beside her. And as soon as she gave the baby back to the mother, he disappeared. I'm like, you know what?
Because he wanted to y'all know that's his mama.
Right.
Good morning, Butterman. Butterman in the house. Boo in the house. I told y'all Woo was in the house. He was somewhere in the back listening.
Mm-hmm.
Morning, peeps.
Great day, everyone.
So that's from the womb to the tomb. You're gonna fight with your siblings. They fight, especially when they twins.
Always get along, yeah.
People, but it, you know what? It don't matter how we fuss or fight, as long as we come back in love.
Right.
Because everybody, you know, like, cause
you froze out, Reese. Reese.
Yeah.
She went back out. What'd you say? You went out.
Oh, Slicky was saying all she wants is attention. Whoop that ass, mom, and make her stop.
he always ready to whoop somebody.
But at that young,
yeah, yeah.
What would you do, Louisa?
Honestly, I would just talk. Well, what I used to do to my baby, because I had 2 sets of children that are 2 years apart, and they didn't really fight though. They didn't start fighting till they got older. But when they were babies, you know, all they wanted to do is hold their younger sibling like it was their baby. So I didn't have to. I didn't really have that issue until they got maybe like 3 or 4 or 5. You know.
Even with Ethan, he's
he loved Layla. Oh my goodness, that was his baby. And they came up to the hospital. That is still his baby till she get on his nerves and he ready to knock her out. And she be ready to knock him out. But they look out for each other. I love their relationship. They fight and then they look out for each other, and then they fight and then they look out for each other. And say if I cook dinner and I call them to come and eat, if Layla comes first, she'll be like, well, I'll take Ethan's food. I'm like, well, okay. Or he comes first and he'll probably take hers, or sometimes they just think about themselves. But I love the fact that they look out for each other like that.
Now, do Layla and Ethan look out for the next set of the
Lonnie? They do sometimes. I have to remind them. So I'll be like, if I remind them, they'll do it. So I say, do you mind taking this to Lonnie or taking this tonight? They'll do it. But if they had been fighting earlier that day, they ain't got nothing to them.
It's hard with the siblings, especially being the oldest.
Mm-hmm.
Me and my sisters used to fight like cats and dogs. But
oh my goodness.
We would pat each other up. Like if somebody got a whooping, we'd be there for the other. Because it's like we can fight each other, but when we get whoopings and stuff, the other one would pat them up. Or if we go outside the house, they used to call us the 3 bears. They used to tease us when we was little because we all had to hold hands. And they said that we looked like the 3 little bears.
Oh.
And I was like, my sisters, you got to look out for them. I didn't get a chance to grow up with my father kids like that. Mm-hmm. But then when they came around, I remember my brother didn't like me because he thought he was the oldest. And everything he did at that time, I didn't mean my brother till he was like 11. And everything he did, he thought he was the oldest. He was mad. He was angry because he got a sister that's 3 years older than him, and it knocks him out of his place, I guess. How he felt, because he ain't the oldest or the biggest or the baddest no more. But that made him get in all kinds of little trouble. Robin, they was like, why is you so damn bad? He was one of those little boys that try to act like a big boy. Sort of like Slicky. My brother thought he was grown with Slicky. Slicky was 10. Slicky said he was grown. But my younger brother was like that too. Like he thought he was like a grown man. And my daddy used to tear that tail up all the time. And me and Shonda, she thought she was the oldest girl, out of the set. She was happy that she had a big sister. My brother, he wasn't happy to have a big sister.
Yeah. I get that. I always wanted a big brother. I always wanted me a big brother. In a way, I'm kind of glad I didn't have one, but I wish I did. Slicky said I could whoop both. What did he say?
His older brother and his baby brother.
I could whoop both of my brothers. I'm in the middle.
Slicky was bad. That's what he did. He was just bad.
Yeah, Slicky is a trip. No, but I always did want an older sibling, but I had older cousins, and my uncle is 10 years older than me, and my cousins are between 11 and 4 years older than me. Man, they used to tear me, all boys used to tear me up. And so my wish for one of the older brothers left really fast because they were my older brothers.
What about the sister?
And when they used to beat my tail. Oh my gosh. That's probably why I was always fighting somewhere. Or I wouldn't play games with nobody. Mm-hmm.
My uncle, being the older,
I'm glad I had them in my life. Yeah.
I'm glad I had my aunts and uncles too, because my aunt and uncles like with your mom. Because my uncle, they me and my aunt is just 11 years apart. Then my uncle was like 12. And growing up, they was like my big brothers and sisters. I thought I was the baby because I was telling on them, getting them all kinds of trouble. And then they would turn around and beat me up. They were like, fight. They say fight, but they was still in it smacking me. They were like, come on, fight. Come on, let's play. I should have known better because I just got in trouble.
Talking about play.
Let's play.
They knew if they were playing, they wouldn't get in trouble.
Yeah, and then here I go. My head looked like one of the things. They smacking me all down. Hey, come on, Reese, come on. I'm like this, like, wait a minute. They're like, get back up. Come on, get back up. But I learned how to fight. I did learn how to fight. They wasn't bench pressing me like they didn't have the weight bars. So they had me lay across their hands and they would be doing this with me. And I'd be there just laying on my side and lift the weights. They did stupid stuff. Like when I was a baby, they threw me across the room. They was playing catch with me like a ball. I probably fell a few times, probably why I ain't got good sense. They did, they did. That was cruel. I wasn't no ball. I was a child. I was a baby. Yeah, but that's how it is when you got older siblings. But let's watch this next video with some more of the younger siblings.
My brother.
You did that to your brother?
Well, only because he would do stuff to me. I didn't come across his baby. My brother used to do like he used to take pencils and stick them up our butts or poke us in the back with him, and he'd do it and run. And so I would catch him and throw him.
You just slinging the poor boy all over. Oh wow. What's Cassandra saying? I wanted a sister, the only girl, but I have sisters that are my sisters. Oh, Cassandra, you the only girl out of how many boys? How many boys, just brothers you had, Cassandra? You the only girl. Oh,
I know that was something. Woo.
But I guess she had to grow up tough. Spoiled and tough.
Yeah. She had 4.
Wow.
That's cool
So out of
though.
four brothers, that's hard.
And
Who?
what position in line are you? Because I'm even the oldest out of my step and my extra siblings. So it's me, and then I have a brother that's a year younger than me, and then my sister is 3 years younger than me, and then it's children on down from there.
Yeah.
So
Where
yeah.
you at, Cassandra, in the line between the boys?
And you said you the oldest, Reese, of your mother's children?
I'm the oldest of both sides.
On both sides, yeah,
And
me too.
even out of the stepchildren.
Me too.
How about that?
Yep.
I'm just old. I feel like she's third to the oldest.
Oh,
so
okay.
they have 1, 2, 3, Cassandra,
And
then 4, 5.
Yeah.
So she got 2 above and 2 behind. 2 in the front, 2 in the back. And you right smack dab in the middle, baby. So the ones that got on your nerves, and then you had the siblings above you that thought they was the mom and the father. Them oldest siblings. Who? We got another video. Let's take a look at peep at this one.
Oh yeah, this is my song.
Oh yeah.
Red light, stop right there where you are. Red light, stop right there where you are. Out of the frying pan into the fire, burning down the people's souls. My high anxiety is getting higher. It feels like I'm gonna blow. Yeah, gone is the breeze. It used to be so sweet. Poison is the wind that blows. Yeah, it can't be long. The military come with a knock, knock, knock on your door. All right.
All right. That was 10 years ago. Y'all remember? Y'all remember that? You know, Eddie Murphy. That was one of Eddie Murphy's songs that I actually liked. You know, and that's when he was messing around with Snoop, but Snoop became Snoop Lion. Y'all remember that? Nobody remember that but me. I'm gonna date myself again. That was 10 years ago. That was 10 years ago. That's in the middle of all the chaos. I'm sorry. I should have told Molly say that for the end. But that was in the middle of that. That's my fault because he playing them in the order that I sent it to him. Sorry, y'all. I was going to put that at the end. But we still can play it again at the end as we pull up the next video about sibling rivalry. What Cassandra said, Suki said, I have a sister, an older, but a younger sister. I have that song. And then Cassandra said, family don't necessarily have to be right. Exactly. Right. And I think the family that we choose, Cassandra, is just, if not more important than the family that we're born in. Because we don't have a say at where we're born or the family we're born in, but we can choose and love our friends wisely. And to me, that's a special relationship. That's a special relationship as well. Because I know all of my friends, I don't have many friends. Man, my friends become family, then they family. So I don't even use friends no more. I give them subtitles like brother and sisters. That's my bro, that's my sis. You know, definitely. All right, let's do the next video. I don't know what happened to the Phoenix. What that is? Can y'all see what that is? That is sibling fighting in the womb from the mom in the mama's stomach. You know, like the what was the Flannery boys used to say, from the womb to the tomb. The twins, you got that sibling rivalry already in the tomb, and that's remarkable. But they do that. Poke the one, they was like, wait a minute, hold up. You kicked me in my head. Ow. So I thought that was beautiful. You know, that's me to see how we even get along, how people are so unique and individuals, even at that gestational period, that growing, that developing period in the mother's womb. How everybody's different. And how if we could share a space so tiny and get along, look at this big old earth. Why can't we get along out here? I tell you. Oh, what was that? Let me see. Who's you? Okay, let me. All right. Okay, Molly, I think we got another video. I think we got 2 more videos. Then we could bring Eddie Murphy back at the end. Yeah.
Sarai, don't get mad because now he want to mess with you. When you mess with him, you want to get mad. Get her, no. Get her. No, get down.
See, I think that's another adorable video, but I don't think the mother should encourage them to fight each other. Like, even because they're gonna fight naturally. She shouldn't be saying, no, get him, no, get him, no. She'd be like, y'all stop, y'all hug and kiss it and make up. That's what you do, because the fights are gonna come. I would never tell, well, I only have one child, but I never did like when they tell the other child, get the other child. Get him. Oh, you don't know. Even if the child's picking up a child, you stop it and you say, that's my opinion anyway. You stop it and be like, y'all don't do that. I ain't gonna tell one child to get the other child, because when you do that, you cause anxiety in the kids. Because it's like you picking one child over the other child. When you tell one child to get over the other child. Mom, do you like this child better than you like me? Why are you telling him to get me? Or why you tell her to get me? Vice versa. You don't do that. You tell them stop and share the toy, or take the toy from them, or just love each other. That's my opinion. Good morning, Katina. She said this is called bad socialization, in my opinion. What's bad socialization? When the twins is fighting each other and the parents is telling them, get them, no, get them, like that. You teach child that fighting is a part of the family's value system. Right. That's what I was just saying. Instead of having them do that, you tell them stop. You love each other. You tell them, no, that ain't right. That's why you got so much. My mother used to do that with me and my sisters by pitching one against each other. You don't go to one child and talk about another child. Oh, say, oh, that child is bad. To the other child, you're picking teams. You're siding them up to fight against each other. And I think that, like you said, Katina, that's bad socialization skills, but they do. Then they always get the youngest one to go against the oldest ones, or vice versa. They're pitching them. And just so somebody could be the snitch, just so somebody could tell what's going on, No, you teach your children how to stick together and stay together, because this world is cruel out here. And at the end of the day, that's really all you got. So family shouldn't be fighting each other like that. Family shouldn't be fighting each other for no competition. You shouldn't be competing for your parents' love. I used to ask my grandmother which one of her children do she love the most. She told me, none of them. I love them all equally. She said, but everybody is different, and you give each child according to what that child needs. And I didn't understand it as a kid. You know, I'm going in, I'm like, so that means the one you don't give no attention to, you love them the least, or the one you got to whoop every day, you love them the most, you know, because I was trying to figure that out. But she said everybody got different needs, and you give a child according to his or her own needs. Okay, let me see. Katina is saying, mom and dad, wait a minute, I can't go back. The Slick, it's flashing. Slicky said something. Okay. That makes sibling rivalry a social construction created by patterns of bad behavior. Okay. Slicky said, mom and dad been doing that for years. What, pitching children against each other? Is that what you're talking about? Doing that for years? Making, and that's bad behavior. That's they've been taught. I hate to go back to this, you guys, but that goes back to slavery. You was taught to snitch on one another, go tell master or the overseers on one another, and to reap the rewards and the benefits, pitching the people against each other. That was a construction, a confound that started back then, and it's just our bad behavior. It's just carried on from generation to generation. We pass that on. That's all that is. Stuff that we've been passing it on. And yes, you're right. The parents do that. So, but my grandmother used to tell me she gave the children according to their own needs. And believe you me, she had 4 kids. She had 2 boys and 2 girls. She had the girls are on the end and the 2 boys are in the middle. But they are different from each other, far as north is the south and east is the west. All 4 of them all of them crazy. All of them got their own different personality. And I was just thinking that my grandparents and my grandfather his really seemed to be equal, because it's like, this is the law of the house. Anybody break it, girl or boy, get dealt with. My grandmother, her tactic was a bit different, you know, and it was said that she was always sided with the boys, because when the era that she came up with, the boys had to be catered to back then, you know, because they did the farming. My grandma grew up on the farm. Both of them did. And the men, women catered to the men back then. So when she had 4 kids of her own, she catered more to her sons. Like, she made the girls get a job, but the boys didn't have to work. But the girls did. That didn't make any sense to me, because I'd be like, all of y'all niggas working. All of y'all getting up out of here going to work. I wouldn't have let the boys be lackadaisical. And that's what a lot of their arguments was, because my grandfather was like, y'all got to get out there. Men, get out there, be men. He was a little more lenient on the girls, as to where my grandmother was more lenient on the men. Go figure. And they, you know, they're different, totally different personalities. But that's how it was. You see in a lot of that in the sibling rivalry and cultures and all that stuff. And the parents do play a big part of how well the children get along and love one another. If the parents is not there teaching them family values, family traits, passing down good stuff, how you gonna learn? The streets are gonna teach you. And we already know streets are cold-hearted. They don't love nobody. The streets is just that, the streets. All righty, moving right along. Let's see the next video we got up. another video from China. There was 2 kids, siblings sparring and boxing each other. Now, we don't know if they was mad fight, because that little boy, he was giving it to his sister, but she was hanging in there. She was blocking. You could tell if they was sparring, or maybe that's how they handle their differences. They put on the gloves. They could be like, y'all want to fight? Take it to the ring. Y'all want to fight? You know, we used to have these things called soccer boppers. You still could knock the hell out of somebody with a soccer bopper. Have you ever been hit upside the head with one of them things and it dazed you? Oh, hope throw the blow. Do like that with the soccer bopper. Ow. Ow. Ooh, I don't think I'm bleeding, but it feels like I'm bleeding. You ever hit something like, feel like you bleeding? I see if y'all see some blood coming down from the side of this blonde wig, then we know I done opened up an artery. I did that. Did I do that? Talking about sibling rivalry. Woo! But what I was saying, if you ever been hit upside the head with a soccer bopper, it feels like that. It dazed you. So maybe that they were, this is in China, maybe they were sparring each other or getting ready for a match or something. I don't know. But siblings fighting. Do y'all go for that? Or do y'all think they can settle their dispute in a different way? We used to always have this thing called get back. When you mad at you saw mom or dad or whatever, that's okay. I'm going to get you back. I'm going to get you back. It was pettiness. Pettiness instead of loving on each other and doing that. Now, if they sparring or playing a game like that, like I said, that little boy was all over Big Sis. And the boy could have been the oldest. I don't know. But she was just taller than him. But he was giving it up. He was fighting. I mean, like he was a professional little boxer. I'm like, look at this. And the girl, too, she wasn't shabby, too. Ronda Rousey. I think they used to call her Ronda Rousey. That could be the next little girl, the MMA fighting and all that. They was doing it. They was boxing, though. They wasn't using their legs or feet or nothing like that. Okay, my mom loves money. All 3 of us had to work. I know that's right. Who did the growing up in my house? Okay, it says, we did the growing up in my hood for years. Who did the growing up? Everybody got to work. See, it wasn't like that. I remember when I got old enough to work, I was still working and my uncles wasn't. Well, that's messed up. You 10 years, you 12 and 11 years older than me. And 13 years older than me, but you're not working, and I'm out there working. Make that make sense. I went up there and found the job at the mall, and I worked for a little bit of minimum wage. Now, how come these grown, able-bodied men went out there working? I don't want to work for nobody. I don't want to work for the white man. Look, had to break it to you, but we all do. It boils down to it. Now, unless you got your own, control your own, and do your own. We all do. We owe our soul to the company stone, as they would say. Woo. Molly, was that the last a sibling video? If it was, you can bring Eddie Murphy back in here. We want to hear Eddie Murphy again. And Snoop Lion. That was a good song that he had. Do y'all remember that? Y'all go look it up. It's worth for Google. It's called Red Light by Eddie Murphy. Snoop Lion. He went from a dog to a lion. That's funny. But yeah. Oh, my throat again. Oh, that good sibling rivalry going on out here. I'm just saying, y'all stop. You know, even though we was taught to fight each other and bicker back and forth from the birth, that don't mean it's right. You don't have to do it. It's a saying that my grandparents used to say, when you know better, you do better. Fight without boxing glove. No, people knuckles can hurt. The boxing glove will cause less damage. You can break more bones with the bare hands and knuckles. Because this hard as rocks. And you see how rigid it is? You crack somebody easy. No, you don't want to knock nobody's teeth out. At least the boxing glove is a big round pad that still hurts. But it ain't going to hurt like your bare knuckles. That's why it's bare knuckle fighting. No. That hurts more. But even though we were taught by our parents, because they didn't know better. You don't know better to tell one child to get the other child. Get them. You always pick them with them. That's what you get. You don't know no better to look at that and laugh and tell another child to get another child. Because it looks cute at 2, but it don't look cute when they're 22. And you telling your other child to get your other child. Come on. Make that make sense. No, so like Katina was saying, it's a poor socialization skills when we should be teaching and loving one another, your brothers and your sisters, trying to help them up. Like if you see the baby fall, oops, you help your brother or sister up, and you pat them off and brush them off. Say, okay, let's walk together. You don't, when your sister or brother fall, you don't point finger and laugh and tease them. Shouldn't be like that. That's not good social skills. It's not good to the social construct. It says, you just found that song. That's why I want to keep hearing it. No. I've been to that song is old. Eddie Murphy used to sing back in the day. So for y'all that don't know, Eddie Murphy and Rick James had Party All the Time. And even before then, he had Boogie in Your Butt. And I like that song. That's back from the 70s. Eddie Murphy can sing when he wants to. He's a very talented comedian. A lot of comedians that do those voices, or they could do like when he, I believe Chris Tucker could sing, because when they imitate other artists and they got that voice, that range, that pitch, you know they could sing because they're in the tune. You can hear it. Look at Jamie Foxx. He could sing. When they do them impressions of them other people that singing, them jokers could sing. Like Trey Williamson. This is a comedian out now, Trey Williamson. He does all these impressions and he sound like the people. He could sing for real. So that's what I'm saying. A lot of these comedians, they actually have lives of singing. And this is an old song. This came out in this song 10 years ago. Came out 2012, 2013. I liked it then. We used to jam to it back then. So for one more time, if y'all didn't catch it earlier, here is Eddie Murphy singing Red Light, Stop Light. I ain't gonna sing. I'm gonna let Eddie sing it. He sound better.
Red light, stop right there where you are. Red light, stop right there where you are. Out of the frying pan into the fire, burning down the people's soul. My high anxiety is getting higher. It feels like I'm gonna blow. Yeah, gone is the breeze. It used to be so sweet. Poison is the wind that blows. Yeah, it can't be long. The military come with a knock, knock, knock on your door.
All right. I just want to hear it again. I was like, that's like I said, that song was old some time ago. When I first started comedy, that song was out. We was listening to it then. And we was like, oh, we didn't know Eddie Murphy. Me and Esther was talking about it back in the day. So, and I came across it. I was like, damn, I remember this. So that was the blast from the past. Do you remember this? Y'all forget I got all this music and albums and stuff, and it's good to hear something that just tickles you, because if you thought about where you was back then, and the words that he's singing 10 years ago still apply today. Stop right where you are. Red light, stop right where you are. And talking about the condition 10 years ago, ain't nothing changed. But even songs that's 20 years old still talk about the conditions today. Fighting the wars and everything, that's going to be around 100 years from now. They're going to listen to this stuff, and they're going to be like, oh, if we're still here, if the planet is still standing, if they ain't took all the valuable resources out of it. They poison in the soil, they poison in the air. They got the fires in Canada coming down the shores, poison in the air. They got the earthworms eating up the natural minerals and soil, so we won't be able to grow no food. They contaminated our water system and our water supplies, and we're running out of land to live on. What's going to happen? America? Ooh-wee. What's going to happen? I tell you, and we always import our BS. We always import some bullshit from another country to come over here to destruct and tear our country up. Everything, the viruses and diseases that come from other countries, that's because Americans is over there in them labs in other countries. And then they bring it back here. They testing worms and fishes and stuff. They're making them over there so they can bring them back here. So they trying to get off this globe. That's why they keep going up to outer space. All the space bus and all that good stuff. We said, just like that girlfriend of yours bust your bubble. What is you talking about, Slicky? I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know. But anyway, they always bringing something from somewhere else over here. But that's sibling rivalry for you. Your brothers and sisters over there in your other countries fighting and mad because you over here, or they got the illusion that you're living the life of Raleigh or getting something that they don't have. Sometimes it's true. So the automatic animosity is there. The tension is there. People coming across the water, come over here, same hue as you, may look like you, but don't like you, all because they think that mama or daddy treated you bad or treated you better than them and treated them bad. So we get over here and we fight amongst each other. Natural thing. We do it so much we don't even know we're doing it. You have a disagreement. Okay, but why you hold on to grudges? Why you hold on to the bitterness? After you calm down, you get over it and you let it go. Why everybody always got to be on some get back stuff? Oh, I'm going to get you back, pay you back. Some vengeance stuff. Like I said, trying to move differently and trying to cut back the fat. If you're that negative force and I have to silence you, if I go radio silence, then I just go radio silence. Don't mean I don't love you. Like Cassandra said, don't mean I don't love you. It means like I love you from a distance. Because the love is still there. I just can't tolerate your bullshit all the time. So don't get them two mixed up. You can very well love somebody from way out. I want to thank Weezy for popping on with me today. I know she's busy and everything. They getting ready to go on a trip to the beach. I wish I was going with her to the beach. But then again, I don't like the heat. No, I don't, because no, that sun gonna tear my butt up. No, never mind. I need the air conditioner. I need to watch the beach from outside. Is somebody saying hello? I don't know what's going on, but somebody on my y'all. Okay. Get this book, Shades of Blue by A.M. Morning. It's a good book. You can get it on Kindle Vella now. And you can read it one chapter at a time. You ain't got to get the book. You can get chapter at a time. If you don't like the book, you can move forward, move back, whatever. But it's available. It's a good read. And I'm telling everybody to do this because in a few months, volume 2 will be out. Thank you so much. I had a great time. See y'all tomorrow for Wellness Wednesday. Peace.
Always got in trouble, I was shouting. Mama, now I'm staring at shit. Mama, I'm the pilot.